Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 8 of the Couch Co-op podcast. I'm Riley, and joined by Cal as always. How are you doing?
Doing great, man. How are you?
Yeah, I am so ready for this episode, and yeah, quite a yet again another Activision, getting shit on, but that's
Dude,
what more could you
I
expect? So
do
here we
you
are.
think it has have they just always sucked this bad and we're just now realizing it, or is it just a recent thing that they're just taking L after L?
I think I
Cuz dude, it's every day now. Like it's bad.
it's every day, bro. Yeah, it's it is very bad. So those who don't know, I get it. It's hard to keep up with all of this stuff that's just reoccurring over and over and over again. But here we are, another week. So first up that we have is Warzone One. Their free-to-play war battle royale game is being shut down permanently, dead in September of this year, 2023, and I guess we should have seen it coming because I think it was last week or the week before I mentioned that Warzone 2.0 removed the 2.0 in its name. So there it is.
Right.
Yeah. What are your
Yeah,
thoughts
see,
on that?
I so when I heard that, I was like, "Oh, okay, maybe they're just going to kind of like roll it all together and you can play whichever one you want." It's like, we don't really want to like look at it as Warzone 1 and Warzone 2.0. It's Warzone, it's basically the same. There's some differences, but
Yeah.
oh dude, like they just cannot they can't like do anything without screwing it up and I don't understand it. Like, and the only thing that really makes sense is just pushing people to the newer one, the
Definitely.
Warzone 2.0. I guess that makes sense from a business standpoint, but nobody wants it.
Mm-hmm.
Like like every like I haven't seen one person online that is excited about it. They're like, "Oh, good. Let's get rid of the old, out with the old, in with the new." Like everybody's pissed off.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. And honestly, it would make more. Never mind. It makes zero sense, period, because it's a free to play game. Why would you
Right.
want to get rid of it? I mean, this has only happened once before in the Call of Duty franchise where a game has been shut down entirely, and that was Call of Duty Online, the Chinese Call of Duty game. Um, I don't know why that was shut down either, to be honest, but here we are. So, yeah, it's it's just weird, and I saw a Nero Cinema video, and he was going through the blog post that Call of Duty released with this, announcing the termination of Warzone One, and they were not a single reason was brought up. It was pretty
Hmm.
much just like corporate talk, like we endeavor to make the best game possible with Warzone 2.0 and well, without saying 2.0 and pretty much like yeah, look forward to our new experiences in Warzone 2
Exactly.
because that's what we want you to play, not it's like when people were asking for like classic WoW and like the guys up on stage on at BlizzCon were like, you think you want this but you don't, it's yeah.
Right. They're like, I think it was with, wasn't it with Diablo? They're like, we want a new Diablo. And they're like, no, you want Diablo Mobile. And everyone's like,
Yeah.
no, we don't want that. Ooh.
Do you guys not have
Nobody wants
phones?
a mobile game.
Yeah.
Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys
That-
all have
everyone's
phones,
got a phone.
right?
But yeah, like the only thing that makes sense, and like I hate to just, I mean, it's money. Like it's money talk, it's corporate talk, and it comes down to money. And the only thing that I can think of is they did a cost analysis on keeping Warzone 1 going and just pushing everyone to Warzone 2.0, and it must be that much more profitable for them to piss off, I don't know, an eighth of their player base. I don't know how many people actually were playing on it. That would be interesting to see how many people were still playing on it. But just it must be that much more profitable to get them on the newer system, the newer, even though it's free. Like I think that they are hoping people are going to buy their microtransactions that much.
Yeah.
because they're not pushing them to the old game. I don't believe. I mean, why would they? Like they want you to buy those $20 bundles so bad. You know the Nick Mercs and Tim the Tatman bundles.
Well,
Oh wait.
yeah.
Oh shoot. Dang it. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. And it I think it's lame to just always bring up money. Like, why is it? But it really is just about money, in my eyes. Like they just can't help themselves. Instead of and taking it back to what I think the community overwhelmingly loved was Blackout. And they did the same thing to Blackout. I mean, I guess Blackout's still live, I guess, but they effectively killed it.
It's hard to
within a
find
year.
lobbies. Yeah.
Right.
I tried playing solo on Blackout a month or two ago, and there's just teamers in those lobbies. Like you cannot like go up like a straight up like 1v1 fight. It's 1v2 instead of But yeah,
That's if you can. Like I've tried probably 3 or 4 times in the last year, and I can't ever find a lobby.
yeah.
Right.
So
And I get that it was supposed to be the testing ground for Warzone. I get that, but like, you put how many development hours into it, and you just let it die. Like it just seems so backwards.
they cut the campaign to make that. So
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I'm just gonna say this for any Call of Duty players, like if you are specifically playing Warzone, I guess it's just called Warzone now. If you're just playing Warzone now, don't buy any bundles or anything because if like if you just played the original Warzone and you bought bundles and you didn't play any of the Modern Warfare, Cold War, Vanguard, you're screwed because and you bought bundles in those games, then you obviously can't like go into those games if you didn't buy the game and you're just a free to play player, which is one of the reasons why or I guess excuses that they brought up was that people can just use the bundles that they bought in the like respective games, but not if you're a free to play player. So free to play if you bought bundles, of course, but
Right. Well, and that brings up another big issue is people bought bundles for, Warzone 1.0 and now they can't use them. And people are pissed off, and I would be pissed off, like they killed, some people, I mean, I don't know the average. I bet the average is $40, but some people spend hundreds of dollars on those skins and they're gone.
Yeah.
Like, they killed that.
Yeah, and they've kind of done this like this thing where in Modern Warfare 2 they've made a bundle where it's like the Damascus camo from Modern Warfare 2019, but of course it's only on one weapon and you can't use it on all of them. So, and I think they brought back like 1 or 2 other things from previous games too, or like those 3 that were connected to Warzone 1. So I mean that's it's just so strange to me that they would do that. Yeah, I would not recommend buying any bundles or anything for Warzone 2 even, because how do we know that they're not going to do this again? Because well, we just don't. So
I mean, they continue to say the quiet part out loud. Like what they're not willing to say, they say it. Like, we are going to screw you over. Like, we want you to put $20 in our pocket every week to buy a new skin or whatever it is. And then next year, we're going to screw you over. Within 2 years, you won't be able to use it. 3 years, I guess. Whatever, but big difference. Like, they just, and I will echo what you're saying. Like, don't buy the crap, dude. If you have to play Warzone, do not give money to this garbage company because they will screw you over. They don't care. They do not care one bit.
no.
And I mean, I can bring up, like, I saw just actually before that we started this. Guess what? Guess what's on sale right now? All the Call of Duty games on Steam. You can buy Black Ops Cold War. You can't play it, but you can buy it.
I actually heard that there might be a fix out for Cold War now, but I'm not.
Oh, really?
I don't know if they put that out yet, but I saw their like Call of Duty update Twitter talk about it. But yeah, so there's that.
But yeah, like I just don't buy it. Don't buy the battle pass. Just, I mean, I hate to say it because okay, I don't love Call of Duty now. I love what it used to be.
Mhm.
You know, everybody loves Call of Duty for that reason. You know, it's your shooter. Like you get on and you know, your FPS.
Yeah.
Well, find something else, dude.
Mm-hmm. X Defiant coming out at the end of summer, so
So
that'll be fun.
I actually over my break, my vacation, I played a little bit of it, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still beta, but
Mhm.
like I know people complain about little things. Like I saw someone complaining that the controller
Aim assist.
the controller aim assist. Yeah, thank you. The aim
Mhm.
assist wasn't very good on it, but that's the
Yeah.
only real complaint I've seen. So
Mhm.
I'm hoping. I mean, I'm hopeful. I think everybody's hopeful that that really will be
Oh
a
yeah.
replacement for Call of Duty in a lot of ways. But
Mhm. Well, yeah, they have. They're talking about they've removed skill-based matchmaking from casual playlists. They're bringing back the classic prestige. Everything looks pretty like cool with that game. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
can't wait for that
I
one.
mean, it played well. Like it felt like I was playing. I would say the time to kill on it is a little off for me. Like it seemed like a little bit too long, but
Mhm.
I mean that's just how it is. Like, but that's my only complaint.
What did you
But
play it on?
I also die really fast on PC.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, hopefully.
Oh yeah. But
So our weekly boycott of Activision is still in place, essentially.
yes, it is. um. So yeah. That's Warzone 1 for you guys. Just yeah. So,
I
however,
mean,
there
that's
is
a
of
wrap. Like
yeah,
it just
there is of course a brand new premium Call of Duty release coming out later this year. I know, right?
I
Just
had no idea.
I know. It's dog. I have been pogging in my sleep. Just thinking about it. I've been.
Are you ready for Modern Warfare 3?
Oh my lord. Okay, so Modern Warfare 3 is already off to a bad start and it hasn't even been announced yet. So most of our Modern Warfare 3 info is kind of well, it should always be taken with a grain of salt because it hasn't even been announced yet and it's just leaks and rumors at this point. But, it's from credible sources, people that we've heard from before, and it's not looking good. It's looking like the same old stuff from like the past 5-6 years, man. It's just crazy. So the first thing with Modern Warfare 3, yeah, the first thing is the name, I think. It just seems like a rushed sequel to just
Yeah.
call it that and have another developer. Sledgehammer supposedly is going to be making this game. Since their track record is flawless, they're gonna be rushing out another Call of Duty game. So which is strange that it's happening this way because back in the original Modern Warfare trilogy, Sledgehammer had to step in for Modern Warfare 3 during that time also and finish up Modern Warfare 3. So now it's gonna happen again. I don't know when MW3 came out, like 10 years ago. So yeah, that's nothing could go wrong when the past is repeating itself. So, yeah. Supposedly there's going to be a bunch of remakes and weapons and maps and modes ported from Modern Warfare 2 because supposedly the original plan was to have Modern Warfare 2 be a 2-year game instead of a 1-year game, and Sledgehammer would pretty much no, Infinity Ward would still have the reins over the game, and they would just keep adding stuff over and over again, and they would do an original Modern Warfare 2 map pack that would be paid for, and that would have all of the original Modern Warfare 2 maps fully remastered in the game, but apparently they scrapped that idea altogether and they're gonna shit out Modern Warfare 3, and now that map is gonna have a bunch of reused stuff, not just from this year's Modern Warfare 2 but from the previous Modern Warfare 2. So that's just great, and a bunch of like I said, maps, modes, guns, everything. This game is going to be doomed to fail. It will not do well at all, and I really hope it doesn't. So, yeah, nothing sounds good about it to me.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way, dude. No shot is it. Like it doesn't have a shot at all. Like everybody hates Call of Duty right now. Activision is just dropping every ball they have. You know, people are shitting on them left, right, and center. I will say the boycott has slowed down a little bit from what I've seen like on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I mean, I hope that stays in the back of everyone's mind. Like I hope that will stay there. And I really hope that X Defiant releasing around the same time will have a big impact on Activision's wallet. But yeah, another premium Call of Duty when like I just don't get how that changes so fast. Like it was basically announced, and maybe it was never an official announcement, maybe it was assumed, but I'm pretty sure it was an official announcement that they were skipping a year. And then all of a sudden it's like, nope, we're gonna resurrect Sledgehammer Games, and we're gonna, you know, because they make the best games, Call of Duty games out there, especially like on the fly.
Oh yeah.
And we gotta get that, you know, we gotta have that premium Call of Duty price every year. I think honestly, I think they're scared to not get that $60.
Yeah.
I think that's really what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bobby needs to buy a new house or something.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
But sorry, I man, I got way off track there. I think it's doomed, man. Like there's no way, and we say that every year. I think I do think that most of the people are of the same opinion that I've seen. Like nobody wants this direction for Call of Duty, and I hope that it's gone far enough down the pipeline that everybody's done. Like, I hope everybody's done with it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can't wait for the game to release and everyone just crap all over it. So, yeah. But yeah, one thing that kind of like makes it kind of more reliable around these leaks is that there were some images about Scrapyard and Terminal being remastered, and those were shared around, and then they were DMCA'd or taken down by Activision. So Streisand effect, they didn't want people to see it, so they took it down, and people saw that as them taking down leaked content that they were trying to hide. So yeah, there it is.
1 million IQ play right there. Like
yeah.
if they do it every time too. Like I get the DMC, I get it, I understand it, but also they should understand their audience at this point. And it's like, yo, you're taking this down. I know what that means. It means you guys don't want this to get, you know, you don't want your premium price to get ruined.
Yeah.
They just, you know, I feel like every time we do one of these, we're like, all right, we're done talking about Activision, we're done talking about Call of Duty, but they just keep feeding it to us.
Yeah. I don't think we will ever be done, to be honest. But yeah, I got one more note on Modern Warfare 3, and that's the reveal itself. It hasn't even been revealed yet, and that in and of itself is kind of an issue for me personally, because I want to say when Black Ops 3, when that game was still in its prime, and Der Eisendrache was announced, that was like, you know, there was a healthy amount of time before that announcement and the release date of the map. So, you know, there was like time to fester over what they were looking forward to, and it just seems like Activision doesn't have faith in their products anymore. Like it seems like every year, especially like Vanguard and Cold War, they were not released. Revealed until pretty close to the deadline, and you know they had betas, which you can't even call Call of Duty betas a beta anymore because it's pretty much just the full game. That's it, because there's no time to change anything in that span of like 2 months or a month that the beta is until release. So yeah, I just think that like they hadn't even revealed the game at this point, and it's rumored to be early in August. So yeah, yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Maybe we could, I don't know, maybe we could plan something for that. But yeah, we'll see. So,
I think we should throw it a party.
oh yeah, a little reaction watch party type of thing.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
So yeah,
I think we should also. I think we should try to predict something.
okay.
We should predict price, which we know is going to be $70 game. We should predict base price. We should predict if it's actually going to be MW3, which we're pretty sure it is, and we should predict how long it's going to how long people are going to be excited before they're just like boo. No. Oh, sorry. We should predict. Oh, we can't do that anymore because YouTube likes are disabled. Never mind. We'll just
Okay.
Never
Well,
mind.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have the browser extension, but
Oh, so you can see it.
Yeah.
We should. Well, okay, we should predict the YouTube dislikes on it.
okay. All right. Yeah, for sure.
We'll remember that for later. But yeah,
Oh, yeah. All
yeah.
right.
I just think, dude, like you said, they don't have faith in their own product. They have a nothing burger. They basically I think they have enough content in the vault that they can just resurrect something and that they know people loved from the past, and enough people will buy it that it makes it profitable for them. I think that's kind of the gist of it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So,
Yeah. Screw Activision.
real talk, real talk.
So are we gonna talk about the fight?
Oh yeah, we got another fight to look forward to.
Dude, this is the year of this is the heavyweight year of the heavyweight. Okay, they were heavyweights, but these, this is the year of champions, man. Champions are made this year.
Oh yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are in talks, supposedly. It might just be talk of fighting each other. And this is the billionaire fight. Like, this could be the fight of our generation, I think. I mean, we just watched that with Boogie and Wings of Redemption, but this could be the second best fight of our generation.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm.
And-
Andrew Tate even offered to train Elon Musk. If you didn't see that.
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, so what do you know the backstory? Like, how did this start? I actually don't. I just saw a little bit of it, but I don't know how it got started.
I am actually scrolling through Elon's Twitter right now, trying to find the exact point because I.
Good luck. He tweets a lot.
Oh yeah. Dinosaurs and UFOs. All right. I love seeing all these tweets about Mark Zuckerberg and how he's like a lizard or whatever.
He's an android.
Yeah. Mark Zuckerberg posted something about him doing let's see, what is it called exactly? Some kind of martial arts. I can't think of the name of it right now, but
Okay.
he and then Elon replied to that tweet saying, "I'm up for a cage match if he is." And then I think this is Mark at I'm Penny 2 times. "I love you, Elon, but you better start training." And then a spokesperson for Meta confirms that Mark Zuckerberg is not joking and he's waiting for details from Elon Musk. So, yeah, that's where that's at.
Yeah, and I actually pulled up something here. It's a site that kind of summarized everything. So adding on to that, Zuckerberg sent basically like a picture saying "send me location," and Elon replied with the Vegas Octagon, and then maybe you were gonna get to Elon's move, his signature move. Did you hear about that?
No.
Okay. he says Vegas Octagon, and then he says, "I have this great move I call the Walrus." where I lie on top of my opponent and do nothing. Oh. So, but yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
I think, yeah, this will be one of the biggest fights ever. If it does happen, like I don't really know much about Elon. Well, I don't know much about either of them, to be honest. I just know that there's like super rich, Mark Zuckerberg is a lizard, all this stuff, and there's all these memes going around about how Elon Musk, like his like beach photos or whatever, just all these like ridiculous stuff. And yeah, in terms of who would win though, like I would just say Mark Zuckerberg, because I haven't even seen Elon fight or anything, so I don't know what he has up his sleeve. Maybe he will get Andrew Tate to fight him if he doesn't go to jail, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, so I don't really know much either. I've heard a little bit. So, like, kind of breaking down each side, Mark Zuckerberg is, I think he's 39. Elon Musk is 51. So Zuck has like an 11-year difference basically. Mark Zuckerberg is way smaller though. He's about 5'7", and I think he weighs 160 pounds, where Elon Musk is six something. I think 6'1", 6'2". He weighs like close to 200 pounds. So Musk is bigger, but I don't think he actually fights. I mean, I could be wrong on that. And if Andrew Tate is the one taking him through this process, I'm sure he will, he'll have a six pack and he'll be the greatest man ever made within a week. But Zuckerberg has a little bit of experience. I know within the last month or whatever, he was in some kind of competition, and I think he did okay. And so he's been training jiu-jitsu for a while. It is lizard jiu-jitsu, but he's been training nonetheless.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think, you look at all that, Musk is bigger, and if, maybe the walrus is a super effective move that we're all sleeping on, but I think Zuckerberg will pin him pretty fast.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's hard to say.
Which is unfortunate, because there's nothing more than I want than to watch Elon Musk with his dad bod supreme, just walrus Mark Zuckerberg, and then Mark Zuckerberg is stuck and he just crawls right out of his human skin and he's exposed for the lizard king that he really is.
Oh yeah.
That's all I want out of this thing.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I've seen a lot of people are offering to step up and train Musk. I hadn't heard the Andrew Tate one, but yeah, I mean, I really hope. I would try to get tickets, man. If it was at the Vegas Octagon, I would try to go.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, yeah, two billionaires, punching each other in the face. I don't think, who wouldn't pay to see that.
Oh yeah. Very exciting. Another exciting fight. I'd rather there be more fights like this than Activision shoot themselves in the foot. So, yeah, I can't wait to see it happen.
I mean, I think, like, for me, anyways, we all, and I think it's not just me, but for me especially, I get so excited when I see two people want to fight. Like, I feel like, going back to ancient Rome. Like, was this what it was like when two gladiators wanted to fight? They're just like, oh man, oh my gosh. Like, we're going back to our primal instincts, and everybody just wants to fight each other. And I love it, dude.
Oh yeah.
I absolutely love it.
I saw The Flash last weekend, last Monday, and you haven't seen it, have you?
No.
No, okay.
I don't, like, if I'm being honest, I'm like borderline if I actually want to watch it or not.
Gotcha.
So don't be afraid to say anything, because I'm not super excited for the movie. I didn't even know it was out yet. So.
Oh. Well, this movie I have been looking forward to for a while. It's one of those movies that's been in like development hell for like the longest time, like ever since like the 2017's Justice League came out, and they announced their whole slate of DC movies, and like one of them made it. But anyway, so so yeah, I saw The Flash. It was very, very good. I actually loved it so much. The CGI, though, in some places, people are complaining about the CGI, and I cannot agree more. Especially at like the ending battle with Zod and his army. That was like people were like making like Fortnite lobby mock-ups of like the actual frames of the characters in a Fortnite lobby, and dude, I just could not get over how good parts of it looked compared to like the ending climax. It was astonishingly bad how stark that contrast was. But that honestly is like my only gripe about it. I guess my other one is that Supergirl didn't really do a whole lot. We kind of, when Barry gets stuck in an alternate timeline, he's like, all right, well, now we need to find Superman to fight Zod. So they find Supergirl, and then do you really not care about spoilers?
Go for it.
Okay. Well, when they find Supergirl, she just dies over and over again because both of the Barrys, both Flashes, are like going back in time constantly to try and save this universe because they keep failing. And Michael Keaton's Batman just nosedives into Zod's spaceship and explodes, and then they're like, all right, gotta go back. All right, so. So yeah, that was one thing. They go back, they save him, and by the way, Michael Keaton's Batman in this movie is honestly excellent. Like the fighting scenes are awesome. He's like in the ending battle, he's like crawling all over this like giant Krypton guy, like he's Spider-Man, and he's like planting bombs like in front of him, crawling behind his back, boom, doing it over and over again, and then eventually he knocks him down on the ground, but then he gets back up, and yeah, so Michael Keaton's like action in this movie was awesome. Just yeah, but it is a Flash movie, so there's also a bunch of Flash stuff. Honestly, I kind of wish that they didn't go that deep into like Michael Keaton's Batman and Supergirl. I wish that they kind of did more with the Flash. There's like some like Flash specific stuff sprinkled in there, but it's mostly multiverse stuff. So, there is like, I think it's like a Dark Flash, but he's in there for like 2, maybe 3 scenes, maybe not even maybe like 2 or 3 minutes of screen time in total, and yeah. So the movie itself was just great. I love the story between him going back in time to save his mother, and then at the end he had to basically undo everything that he did, and he had to undo him trying to fix his mother dying. So that was a really cool moment for me. But yeah, it's just a really exciting action movie. Very awesome.
So what would you give it on the Riley scale?
I would give it an 8 out of 10, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Very great humor too, by the way. Most like some of it is like visual humor, which I like more than like verbal. That's just my personal opinion, but yeah. Yeah, just like great stuff. The dynamic between the two Barrys is great. Oh yeah, at the very end, when Flash goes back to the original timeline, with Ben Affleck's Batman and the guy that plays Superman that Warner Brothers wants to cut all ties with, apparently. Which by the way, they show Superman, but not his face, of course, or else they'd have to get Henry Cavill back in there. So
right,
they
would
won't
have
do that.
to, yeah, they can't do that. They can't fix that one.
Oh no. So Yeah, there's that. And but so Barry is walking out from a courthouse scene where he's talking with his dad, and then but he's walking out from the courthouse, and then Bruce Wayne's car shows up. They show his feet, but they don't show his face. Now, did you see like all of like the the older Batman movies, like the 80s and 90s, I think?
Yeah, I've seen them all.
Okay, so Bruce Wayne steps out of his car. He's going through the crowd of people, but you can't see his face still. And it's not Ben Affleck, it's George Clooney. George Clooney walks out of the car, and now he's the Bruce Wayne of that universe. So,
What?
yeah. So
Wow.
there's that. Um, and yeah, that is where the Flash ended off on. Yeah. So,
That is interesting.
oh yeah.
That's an interesting place to leave it.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah. And also there was a post-credit scene, but it was like one of the most pointless scenes ever. It had Aquaman, and they were like going back to the pub, or back from the pub to Flash's house, and then Aquaman face plants onto the ground, into the water, into a puddle, and he's like, "This is my home," and that's it. So, yeah, that was that.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, well, yeah. Overall, an 8 out of 10. I love that movie. I still don't like the design of the suit though. That new suit doesn't. I know a lot of people don't like the older Justice League one, but I personally like that one more than the CGI looking slimy one that we got in the Flash.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, that's good to know. That makes me more excited to watch it because if I'm being honest, like I love DC comics way more than I love Marvel. I just have always been a DC guy, but I just have lost so much faith in it, and it's unfortunate because I really do love it. And then there was it's Ezra Miller, right? That's
oh
it.
yeah.
There was all the weird stuff going
Oh,
on with
yeah.
Ezra Miller like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Like I don't even know, was that all fake? Did he not get charged? Because like didn't he like basically kidnap someone and then
Yeah, he like kidnapped.
I don't even know where
yeah.
that went, dude. All I knew is there was like a manhunt for him and then just like no, nothing was said about it, which is just so weird to me. And I
Yeah.
think for me, like if that was true, maybe it wasn't. Maybe someone was making it all up. I don't know. But for me, that was a big reason why I was like, why? Like, why would I want to watch this guy like live action if he was really like a scumbag? But I don't know.
Yeah.
That was part of my reason for not really caring so much. But I don't even know where that went. But anyways, no, I will definitely have to check it out
Yeah.
because I like I said, I love DC. It does like that brings up a weird question for me is like, where are they going with that? Like to bring up the George Clooney at the very end.
Yeah.
Like, so is Batfleck, or what do they call him? Batfleck?
Yeah.
Batfleck. Is he out? Is that kind of the gist of it?
Well, like this movie is supposed to like reset like the entire like DC universe like as a whole, so that James Gunn can step in and start doing his thing, because he just
okay.
got him and someone else are like co-CEOs of DC now, so
Gotcha.
they're gonna restart everything. He's got a Superman Legacy that he's working on. I guess he's going through the casting process of finding a new Superman, but so yeah, yeah. So yeah, we'll see where that goes.
See, and I get that part of it. Like, if you need a younger Superman, that's great. But Henry Cavill, man, like he is, or maybe you disagree. I don't know. I think he is Superman. Like, I think
Oh,
he
yeah.
does such a great job. Like, he looks like Superman. He's got the build. Like, he just looks like Superman to me. But like, I don't know, man. And I really like James Gunn. Like, I think he did amazing things with Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, I think he did. He made Guardians of the Galaxy some of the coolest characters and some of the best movies, honestly. At least the first and the third one. The second one was kind of, out there, but that like just makes me question him. Like, why? Like, why did you do Henry Cavill like that? Like, I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't like him, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see for sure what he does with it, and hopefully the reset is a good option, and hopefully he can take it to better places than it has been the last 8 years or whatever.
Definitely. Well, I think anybody can take it to better places than Warner Brothers because I guess they are so down, just down bad right now that they're actually selling like some of their like Batman themes and like different stuff like from their IPs because they're like losing money. Like I think that like the Flash had like an 80 or 90% like drop in like domestic revenue. So for their
Wow.
second week out. So yeah, that's
Wow.
nothing's been that bad since Black Adam, which that was still recent, but
Yeah.
whatever. Still not good. So
Still not good.
yeah,
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, so-
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. And that's where I need to research it, I guess, because that was kind of my main thing. Is like I don't want to watch this movie. Like Ezra Miller seems weird. Like
Yeah.
even if it's not true, he just seems weird. But maybe that's like a big thing. Maybe a lot of people felt the same way. I don't know. And maybe like Black Adam. Like I still have not seen it. Did you see Black Adam?
yeah.
Like it just seemed like another Rock movie to me, and I'm sorry. And I actually really like The Rock. Like I think he's a cool guy, but like his movies just don't do it for me, unfortunately.
Yeah, Black Adam, I think is. I think The Rock is. He does bring what The Rock brings to the table to Black Adam, but he's still kind of like still and kind of like just not doesn't really do a whole lot. It's honestly his performance in that movie kind of reminds me of Brie Larson in Captain Marvel. He's just
Yeah.
kind of a emotionless, somewhat of a fish out of water type of thing, but it's God, Black Adam was just a mess, man. And then they had to bring back Henry Cavill as Superman in that post-credit scene, and then immediately afterward he's gone. So
GTFO,
again,
man,
yeah.
get out of here.
So yeah, that's where
Yeah,
DC's at now.
I don't know. DC, like I hope, like I said, I'm a DC man. Like I love, like Batman is my favorite character, probably of all time, top 3 of like anything. I love Batman. So it kills me that DC is just what it is, but it really, I hope they can bring it back because I would love to see DC do what Marvel has done and just like blow up their brand, basically.
Yeah, I hope DC expands their IPs more, I guess, because as a Lego fan, I am sick of having Lego Batman sets for what has it been? Like the past like 10 years, there is probably like 10 or 15 10 or 15 years there have been Lego DC sets, but every single one of them have been Batman themed or with a Batman minifigure in it. Every single one of them, there has not been a single one in recent memory that has not had a Lego Batman in it. So please, just Lego DC, whoever, please put some other people in there instead of Batman. Like they just released 2 Lego Batman sets with the same, and they both have the Joker in them, Batman and the Joker. It's just like I don't even get into that. So yeah, I am somewhat excited for the new DC stuff, but their recent stuff doesn't really sit well. I think Zack Snyder's Justice League was like the best to come out of recent memory. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Snyder Cut. I thought was amazing. Like it fixed a lot of the issues I had with the original one. But you brought up the Lego stuff and Lego Batman. What did you think of did you like the Lego Batman movie?
I haven't actually seen that.
Oh, dude. Oh man, you got to watch it.
Yeah.
Like no joke, watch it. It
Okay.
is, it to me anyways. I mean, maybe other people feel otherwise, but I loved the humor in it. Like I would highly recommend watching the Lego Batman movie.
All right.
Yeah. It's a good watch for sure.
Gotcha.
And that, they could expand that, like the Lego stuff. Like you'll have to watch it and let me know, because I think the Lego Batman movie was great in a lot of ways. I mean, it's geared towards kids, but still, like the humor in it was really funny, I thought. But they, like you're saying, they just need to expand their IPs. Like they have so many too. Like they have so many cool, like amazing people that they could do stuff on their IPs. But Like what's is it, Martian Manhunter? Is that what
Yeah.
he's called?
Yeah.
Like I think that's a cool character. Let's do something with that. But like they keep rebooting Batman, and I love Batman, but at some point it gets kind of old rebooting the same Batman. But
Yeah.
anyways. Like
Yeah.
okay, sorry, but how many times are we gonna reboot Batman before we're like, all right, Batman's good. Let's. I guess you could say the same about Superman. Batman and Superman are good. Let's do something else, and I guess they are with Flash, but I don't know. Anyways,
Oh, and I guess Blue Beetle will be the official
Oh.
like first like restart like movie, I guess, for James Gunn's universe. So
I forgot about that one.
how could you forget about Blue Beetle, man? Just
You know, it's just like it's such a prominent figure in the DC EU that I just forgot about it. But
yeah.
see, so that one I actually am kind of excited for.
Yeah.
We'll see how that one is. I like I don't even know his name. I like the actor though. He plays in Cobra Kai, and I think he did a pretty good job in that show for sure.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him expand his acting, so hopefully he can do it.
Definitely.
But yeah, I don't know how I forgot about Blue Beetle. Sorry about that. I apologize.
Do you ever watch any of like those like the animated DC stuff? Because I actually hear that those are pretty good, but I've never watched any of them.
So I mean, the old ones, like the old Justice League stuff, I used to watch. But recently, no, I haven't seen anything for probably 10, 15 years.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good too. Like I see clips every once in a while on social media that they look pretty good, but I don't know. Not really, no. But yeah. Hopefully, I'm rooting for him. I want him to. I want him to bring DC back. Yeah. One more question with that, and what were your thoughts on the new Batman movie? The what was it called? Batman? I don't even know
The
what it's called.
Batman. Yeah. I thought that was one of the best superhero movies that we have gotten in probably like the best, like in terms of like visuals and sound design, especially like the visuals, man, just wow, like it had like 16 times the detail compared to like the previous DC movies, and that car sequence, the car chase with like him and the Penguin. Oh man, that was awesome. That was just like that's my favorite part of the movie. But yeah, unfortunately I got like sick like during like my theater viewing of that, so I had to watch like the full thing later. But yeah, I thought it was fantastic. Yeah, it was awesome. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I mean, I grew up with the Batman Begins, that trilogy.
Yeah,
They're still really good. I like the direction they went with it. Really taking Batman back to his roots of just being like the super detective that he really is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was really good. So I really, I know I keep bringing back to this. I hope DC can, get their act together. I hope this is the start of something great over the next 10, 15 years.
Definitely. And rumor has it that Andy Muschietti, the guy who directed The Flash, will be doing the next Batman reboot, supposedly. And which I loved how he handled Batman in The Flash. So I think that if that's true, Batman is definitely in good hands in terms of directing and action and stuff. So,
Wait, did you say the next Batman reboot?
yeah, well, yeah, because the whole DC thing is getting rebooted, so they're gonna replace Batfleck with someone else, but I don't know who. But apparently the movie is gonna be called Batman: The Brave and the Bold, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or that's what it's based off of in the comics. But yeah, so
So does the Batman, does that not fit in there?
no, that's just that's just. According to James Gunn, that's just like a side universe, not like the main one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh. I guess if you can just choose a universe and go with it, I guess you can do
Yeah.
that. So. See that? Okay, I'm glad I know that now because I was kind of confused about where they were going with that. So okay, interesting. Have you and this is a side topic. Have you seen Secret Wars? Have you watched it yet?
Secret Wars?
The new Marvel series, isn't it a new series that just released?
Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion. Yeah, sorry.
I actually had to cut it short right before we started, but I'm gonna finish it later on.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah,
Cool.
I'm
We'll
like
have to
halfway
talk
through
about
the
that.
first episode, but yeah.
We'll talk about that next time. So.
All right.
So there's what I would call, and I think people have kind of seen it, streamers, and this is, I'm sorry, we're going back to Twitch, like because Twitch took another L. Okay, so a couple things. Twitch just implemented, I don't know if you saw this, people are memeing on it. They just implemented a like a super chat, basically a YouTube super chat. Did you see that? So Twitch so for those who don't know, like on a YouTube live stream, you can super chat a message and you pay $10 or whatever. The streamer gets 70% and YouTube takes 30%. And this is basically the same thing. Well, I mean, people are like, really? Another way for you to take more money? Like, it basically replaces the bits. Like, you can buy bits on Twitch. The streamer gets like 70% of it and Twitch takes some. But Twitch, I feel like they are in desperation mode. And another big Twitch/Kick thing that happened is Twitch might possibly be signing Dr. Disrespect, which if they do, oh man, that would be absolutely crazy. He tweeted at him, he said his number's 50 million. And the CEO of Twitch, I saw an interview where he's like, we would love to get Doc on board. Like, we absolutely love Dr. Disrespect. We've always watched Dr. Disrespect.
Do you mean Kick, not Twitch?
Or Kick, yeah. Yeah. Dr. Disrespect's not going back to Twitch, but I get my words mixed up. But anyways, but yes, thanks for correcting me. So Kick wants to get Dr. Disrespect on board, and I hope they do. Like, I love Dr. Disrespect. I know a lot of people disrespect the doc. Like, a lot of people out there don't like him. But, you know, I think underneath it all, like, you have to look past the persona and look at the person, you know, and I think he's a good guy down deep. Fly bothering me, man. Yeah, so I really like Doc. I'm a fan. And I hope he gets that. I hope he gets that bag. I hope he gets that 50 million. You know, if you can sign, and this is another thing, if you can sign XQC for 100 million for XQC to go on and then start streaming just Breaking Bad, then I think you can sign Dr. Disrespect to actually do something entertaining.
And then have like some like Kick mods come in his stream and tell him to stop it. And then he turns on the Dark Knight and starts watching that.
Right, exactly. It's just like, dude, I mean, and you know, for, you know, not that I need to defend XQC, but he's like, I got my 100 million. Why should I care? You know, what are you going to do to me? But there's probably some terms and conditions there. Okay, but anyways, that was kind of wrapping up Twitch news in general. But so there is what I would call the morality police, supposed morality police on Twitch. And the two big ones I've seen doing this are Pokimane, which everybody probably at least has heard of Pokimane. I think she's pretty not entertaining whatsoever, but that's just me. And Hassan, and I would put Hassan in there too. Like, Hassan just kind of stirs up drama, in my opinion. I don't think he's super intelligent. I think people, I think honestly, it's weird for me to say, like, I think Hassan is good to look at. Like, I think people are attracted to Hassan because of his looks. I don't think he has much of a personality. He just kind of gets up there and cries on the microphone all the time. Is all I've really seen. I don't really know much about him other than the clips I see, and he just he plays the victim too much for me. Sorry.
I would say the same thing with Pokimane in terms of looks. You know, a bunch of I don't know, Coomers just coming to Pokimane stream and keep telling her, get up, queen, get up, turn around right now. You know, just typing, you know, giving her, you know, same thing with Amaranth, but yeah, you know, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, to a certain degree, I would argue that with a lot of them, like XQC. Okay, XQC actually did something though. He was a what was he, an Overwatch Pro for a few years before he just streamed just chatting stuff. Anyways, but yeah, you have these basically no personality streamers that are just good to look at, and I don't think their content is entertaining. You know, they basically just farm drama. And but anyways, my point is Pokimane was, and Hassan, I think both kind of said the same thing, is people were asking them if they were going to go to Kick, and they both said no, because I have my morals and my ethics, and I will stick with Twitch because I don't believe that we should be supporting a platform that endorses gambling. Well, the problem with that is Amazon is a pretty, you know, it's a multi-billion-dollar company. They're pretty sleazy. You know, they're not, I mean, you can argue whatever you want, but Amazon, you know, don't go defend Amazon, because Amazon does probably some pretty shady stuff. And then Twitch themselves, like we've talked about before, I think Twitch is a gateway to, you know, the hub. Like you know, you can't get on your high horse and argue that Twitch is a company that stands by their morals and their ethics when they just made their clothing guidelines disappear when it became convenient, because half naked girls on screen make them a lot of money. So I don't know. I don't know if you have thoughts about that. I'm kind of ranting at this point, just because, you know, I'm sick of people taking, you know, I maybe I'm just sick of things being so polarized. I don't know. And it's just the way it is. But like, you're defending a company that's garbage, in my opinion.
Well, like here's what I picked up from this. So, Pokimane, maybe a few months ago, was recently a host at the Streamer Awards, and one of their sponsors was Fansly. And if you don't know what that is kind of like OnlyFans. You know, you pay for people to you know, do things for you. So I think that's kind of I don't know, counterintuitive to what she's trying to promote with the morality or whatever, you know, in ethics. It's just, it's, you can't play both sides like that. And yeah, I think that Twitch still, I don't think is like, you know, as bad as Kick, but there's still demons, whether or not one of them is lesser than the other. So those are my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like, people have been questioning Kick a lot. They're like, well, what's funding Kick? It's a gambling site, basically. Like, they're trying to bring people over to their gambling. But I mean, Twitch has gambling on, like, there's gambling on Twitch. Like, it's just a no-brain take, in my opinion. And you know, I would say, like, the dangers of the younger kids, the youths, I don't know what you want to call them, getting into gambling, and the dangers of them being simps. Like, I think they're way more likely to be a simp than go on and start gambling, if I'm being honest. Like, like, there are so many kids that just spend money on these people like Amaranth, and, you know, and that's fine for them. Get that bag. I don't care about that. All I'm saying is, you know, for you to be, you know, for Pokimane to be saying that she has her morals and her ethics, and I didn't know about the Fansly thing, but like, that makes it even more hilarious. And, you know, it's laughable at best. And and the other thing I had kind of forgotten about that I just remembered is there's a clip of her going around where she basically is calling for Kick, because Kick is hosted on Amazon Web Services. Like, that's their backend server, so all of Kick's website is basically stored there, essentially. You know, and she's trying to get Kick kicked off of the Amazon Web Services. That's kind of what she's calling for. And it, you know, again, it just is like, what is that? Like, it just seems like she's scared of the competition, if you ask me. Like, there's no doubt she is maybe not the queen of Twitch, but she's up there. And I think that she's scared that she's going to lose her spot, honestly.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was wondering what you thought about it.
Yeah, I just think she's just contradicting herself. That's pretty much it.
And like I said, I'm a Doc fan too, so the fact that Twitch still has not given a reason for banning Dr. Disrespect, like,
It's unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
especially when you look at like damages on Doc's side. Like he's talked about, he makes basically a fourth of the money he was making.
Hmm.
That's a lot of money. Like I don't know how much he makes. I bet it's around 10 million a year or something like that. I could be way off, but
Yeah. And like
anyways.
ever since he moved to YouTube, YouTube still has not acknowledged him in one
Mm.
way or another, like at all, that he's moved over there. It's so weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. I feel like he was too trying to say this the right way. I feel like he was a precursor to the Andrew Tate syndrome. Like he's an alpha male, and I don't think they like that. Like
Hmm.
I think they want people to support, you know, simping to Pokimane. Like I
Hmm.
honestly truly believe that they don't like people like Dr. Disrespect because he's not afraid to basically say it how it is.
Hmm.
Like he doesn't really walk the line. He kind of walks his own line. And yeah, like the fact that YouTube still like I think Doc should go to Kick if they offer it to him,
Hmm.
honestly.
Well, like the Kick account even like tweeted back at him. So who
Yeah.
knows? Maybe.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I know, you can. Oh, and that was another thing. Sorry, I'm just going further down the rabbit hole here. Another, a thing that people are talking crap on Hassan about is it's it's public knowledge that Dr. Disrespect had an affair, and he had an affair on his wife. Well, then Hassan like brings that up as an argument against Dr. Disrespect, basically in the whole Nick Merck situation.
Hmm.
And it's just like that's just like I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me. I mean, I don't like Hassan. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm not a Hassan fanboy, but again, that it's just like, dude, that's personal stuff. Like, why?
Yeah.
I don't know. It
I
just seems
think.
so sleazy to me.
Yeah, and like my personal opinion on that whole thing is that I think that it's you know, I feel like that shouldn't even really be brought up that much anymore because he did come on stream and he confessed to his fans even though
Yeah.
he didn't want to. And then like, him and his wife are still together today. They just had their anniversary actually the day that Hassan brought that up. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think that's really like a valid thing anymore to bring up. Like, they seem fine. So, yeah.
Oh, right. I mean, it's just like I don't know. It's not classy for sure. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
But sorry, I won't leave it at that because I just had another thought. But and I guess that's where I get like I laugh at when Hassan, talks about his morals. Dude, you don't have morals. You
Hmm.
just want, you want money. You're a fake communist. Like you just bought like $1 million car. Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lot to say about Hassan, but anyways.
Well, I have a question. So,
All right.
have you ever stolen anything? That wouldn't incriminate you, obviously.
Okay. So yeah. All right. So and it's funny that you asked that because I was actually just thinking of this story like a week ago
Hmm.
when I don't know how old I was. I'm gonna bet I was around 13 or 14. Every year there was an event in my town, and I don't even remember what it's called now, which is sad to say. But it's a festival, and it
Hmm.
happens every August. And this year it was a big event. Like they normally it's like the community kind of comes together, and they cook food and all this stuff. Well, this year they went all out and they got rides like not like fair rides, but like blow up inflatable like
Hmm.
slides and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
big ones. They were huge.
Yeah.
In reality, they're probably not that big because I was like 12 or 13, so they were probably like normal size. But I just remember thinking they were like the coolest thing. Well, I had enough money to pay for me and my best friend. Well, there was another one of our friends, and she didn't have money, and we really, really wanted her to come in.
Hmm.
And I don't even, and this is what I was thinking. Like, I don't even know where I came up with this because if I was thinking about it, I don't even think I could do it today. and we're like trying to figure out. We're like, all right, I don't have money. You know, I don't want to go all the way home. I could probably, if we walk all the way home, but it's like an hour walk back to my house.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how are we going to do this? Because we want our other friend to come in. And I look down and I see, and so they had the wrist strap bracelets. I don't know what they're actually called, but
Yeah.
the amusement park bracelet thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one on the ground, and it was just like it had been ripped off someone, and it was just in the mud. And I'm like, oh, I know what we're gonna do. And so I pick it up, and we go to the front where you pay the register, and I go up to this. And she probably wasn't much older than me. She was probably 16, 17. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, hey, look, here's the thing. My friend here, her bracelet got ripped off. Can we get a new one?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh yeah, sure. And so she gives us a new bracelet. And it astounds me that I thought of that at such a young age, because today, like I said, I don't even think I could come up with that. And it's not but it was like, I think it was like 15, 20 bucks. So it's nothing crazy,
Mm-hmm.
but still, yeah. So I stole entrance to a festival, I guess, like an amusement type thing. So
Nice.
yeah. What about you?
So this happened back in like the first grade, and I and there was this girl in my class, and I was like, yeah,
Always a girl.
she's a cutie. So I'm like, all right, Valentine's Day is in like a few days. I'm gonna like, do something. I don't know what, but I'm gonna do something. So I'm at the store with my mom. I'm at a Ben Franklin Crafts. It's a craft store, and we're like walking down like the bead aisle, and I'm just thinking, what if I do a little something today? I don't, because like I'm still kind of like this. I'm still like a not a very social person. I have a lot of social anxiety, and like back then, especially when it came to like girls and stuff, I'm like, I'm not talking to mom about this woman until I'm married. I don't want to talk to her about. So yeah, so I'm like, all right. I'm like for like in like the little like bead section, and I'm looking at everything. I'm like, none of these have like a price tag or anything on them. What if I pick up this like little heart, and I slip it in my pocket, and I'm like, there we go. So yeah, I stole this like little heart, like maybe like the size of like this like Lego helmet right here. It was
Yeah.
just a small thing. So I go into school the next day, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let her know. So I put the heart in this girl's cubby, and then I'm like, all right, I'm bouncing my leg. I'm stressed, and I'm like, all right. And then I see her walking over. I'm like, okay, time to do this. All right, what you gonna do? And she's like, oh, who put this here? Oh my god, it's so cute. And I'm like, nope. I'm gonna sit here. I'm not gonna say anything. Nope. So, yeah, that was the only time I've ever stolen anything. Yeah, for a woman, of course. So,
Like
yeah.
it's always for a girl.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, like I see to this day, like I mean, I can't think of another thing I've stolen. Like that's the one thing. And it's not even like I don't think it like really affected me that much. It was just the only thing like I ever like wanted bad enough to be like, all right, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It's-
mean, I guess there's like small like occasions where like, me and my buddies would be walking around town, and there's we're like, is that a machete laying down over there? We're gonna take that home, which that did happen. There's just a machete lying down right there on the trailhead, and we're like, yeah, okay, sure. And then eventually, one of my friends throws it up in the tree and gets stuck up there, but that's another thing. So, yeah, gotta hope that didn't fall down on someone. But yeah, that Yeah, that's pretty much it. I never really been a mischievous child, so I never really, got in trouble, stolen anything, never really did anything like that. So, yeah.
Well, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's a fun question, though. Yeah. Yeah. Um, but yeah, no, I like looking back, I might have had a promising career as a con man. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and I was so like, I remember too, because like you're saying, I was very socially awkward. I didn't get out very much. Like, I just not very social kid. Like, I had maybe like two really good friends growing up, and I didn't socialize with other. So like the fact that, and that's what I was laughing about like last week when I was thinking about it. It's like, how did I do that? Because it was so smooth, dude. It was like, look, this got ripped off. Can we get another one? Like it was just so well done. And they were like, oh, of course. Like, I'm sorry that happened, and it's, I don't know. But do you regret not saying, yeah, that was me?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. There's too many situations to even bring up in my head where I should have said something but didn't, and then I'm like, oh, I should have said something, but no, I didn't. So, yeah, I definitely wish I did. I'd probably be a lot better off now, like socially, if I did. So, yeah.
So okay. Do you know where this girl is? Are you friends with her on Facebook or anything?
No, no. I have no. I actually heard that she is in Arizona, which is where I'm at. Uh, like through her like grandma, because her grandma used to be like a recess like monitors, I guess. Grown ups would
Oh
walk
yeah.
around
Okay.
recess yards and stuff. So, yeah, I'm friends with her, and I saw she was in Arizona like months ago, but I have no contact with her.
This is your chance, man.
Oh my God, no. I don't know about that.
I look. Here's the thing: is it was me
No, yeah.
after all these years.
You know what? Maybe I'll just try to do that. I'll be like, hey, do you remember this, that, and the other? And maybe I'll get back to y'all next week. I don't know. We'll see. So,
Dude, I would love nothing more than to hear the most amazing
oh
story, even if nothing came from it. Like, I think that would be so fun.
yeah, yeah,
Because I mean, I can think of things like that, just random moments where I'm like, I wonder if anyone else remembers that, or if it was just me. That would be interesting to see if she remembers it. But no, you don't have to. I mean, I think it
no,
would be
that'd be
fun.
interesting
But
actually. Yeah.
this could be the start of something great, man. You started it,
Oh
what,
boy.
15 years ago, whatever. I don't know. I don't know how many years it's been, but
It's yeah, yeah, probably 13, 14 years. It's been a long time. So,
there you go.
yeah, who knows? So yeah, yeah. There's been honestly, surprisingly, like very, very like few occasions where I'll like talk to like one of my old friends and they'll be like, oh hey, I remember that too. Like for whatever reason that kind of like stuff just kind of sticks with me and not really with other people that much. So yeah.
Yeah, like I've had that. I remember I was asking my dad just about this random story, and I remember it so vividly. I remember him telling me, and I'm like, "Do you remember that?" And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And so, like, I wonder sometimes if like we just ingrain something in our brain so well, and other people just don't. Like, it wasn't even that big of a deal to someone else. Like, I wonder how often that happens.
Yeah. that that actually reminds me of another kind of short story. Me and one of my first friends, we were this was probably around the same time, maybe, elementary school. And my great uncle was over and he was talking to my dad and my great uncle, he's not really that good at hearing. So he says, a lot. And me and my friends were like hiding underneath the dining room table, just laughing at him because he kept saying, what was that? Just over and over again. And I just remember, like, now I feel like so bad about it. But like, when we were just like little little twerps laughing at this old man because he's hard of hearing. So,
Yeah.
like my dad is like trying to talk to him, but yeah, so that's a whole other thing. But
Okay, so I thought of one more story I want to
Okay.
tell on this subject.
definitely.
And so one of my friends, and I'm trying to think how to describe him. And it's so funny now because, and I can't attach a name to it or anything because now he actually is a police officer. So it's
Oh,
kind of
really?
funny that it was nothing big. But so across, I live kind of out in the country a little bit from our town. It's about a mile out. And across from us, there was a small pen or enclosure, and there was three ostrich. I'm not sure what the plural is there.
You're looking
And-
kind of pixelated over there, like you're in.
Oh,
It seems fine now, but it was like you're in
Oh, okay.
Minecraft there. Anyway, ostriches, ostrich.
so three ostrich, and me and my older brother, we actually would get paid to go and take care of them when the owners would go out of town. And oh man, we had so much fun with these ostrich, dude. And they're like, I don't know if you've ever been around them, but they're scary. They're huge, dude. They're like, oh man, and they're so fast. And I didn't know this as a kid, but now like I actually know. Like I watched. I don't remember where I saw this. It was like a fact about ostriches though, and they can like actually harm someone. They can actually put someone. They can hurt someone to death. They're like they can whip their head so fast and their beak is so sharp, like they can puncture the skull. So it's like looking back, I'm like, wow, well, that was actually kind of crazy. But what we would do is we would one of us would be at one end of the enclosure and we would get the attention of the ostrich, and they would kind of like walk up, and they're very territorial, so they would walk up to us and kind of like fluff up their feathers, and then the other one would get in the pen and would stand there and kind of wait and then get their attention and then just take off running, and the ostriches would chase us, and they're very fast too. That's what it's like. It's so funny now that like it's not even funny, it's stupid that we did this. But don't do it. It's very stupid. But one time this friend comes over and he just disappears, and we're like, dude, where did he go? Like, he was just here. And we had never taken him over there. We had never like showed him this little game that we would do. And all of a sudden he comes back, and guess what he has? He has an ostrich egg.
Oh,
He
no.
went over there and he snuck into the pen. And I don't know how he did this because again, they're very territorial and it wasn't a very big pen. And their eggs were kind of like back in the enclosure. Like there's no way he could have got back in there without them seeing him. Anyway, I still to this day, I should ask him. I don't know how he did that. And maybe he wouldn't even remember it. But he comes back cradling this ostrich egg, and they're pretty big eggs. And I just researched it. They go for around $30, so nothing crazy. But he has this $30 ostrich egg, and we're like, dude, what the heck are you doing? He's like, look, I found an ostrich egg, and we're like, yeah, go put it back, you idiot. And maybe they don't take eggs back. I don't know birds, like you shouldn't touch their eggs, so maybe they just like got rid of the egg. I don't know, but funniest story, dude. And like I said, he's actually a police officer now, and he used to be short, stout little guy, and I actually ran into him a week or probably 2-3 weeks ago now, and he like towers over me. Like he's
Really?
like 6'4", like ripped, like he looks really good, and I'm like, whoa, dude, you look so different. And that's what made me think of it, is like, wow, he's a police officer now, and I saw him like in uniform, like he was on duty when I ran into him. Anyways, crazy story. It's so funny, but yeah.
You should try stealing more eggs this time.
Yeah, that's I need to ask him next time when I run into him in another like 10 years or whatever, if he remembers that egg. But and I don't even know what he did with it. I don't know if he took it back or anything. So
Really.
yeah. So anyways.
I have another short story about a friend who also stole something, and I'm not gonna say who. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. But our mutual acquaintance Maul, he stole something. He walked into a convenience store, and I guess he didn't feel like paying for earbuds that day, so he just took them off the shelf and left, and then he walked back into the store just to like buy some normal stuff, and like the guy at the counter is like, so he comes over there and he's like, I guess he was like, he was telling me, it was so stupid that I went in there because I was clearly caught on the cameras taking it, but you know, and then the cashier's like, all right, give it back, and you know, I'm not sure if he gave it back, but he like apologized for it, and you know, I guess he still goes there now, but yeah, that's just kind of funny that he stole something right on camera, went back to the same store to actually buy something, and then he gets caught for it. So yeah.
Give it back. That's fun. Yeah, I feel like that's like, I mean, I would be curious to know, but I feel like everybody has one of those stories when they were younger. Like, there's just something that you just have to have.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's funny.
Well, you got anything else for us?
No, I think that's it. I think with I think the big thing to watch is going to be the fight. I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited to see what we're talking about next week with that. So,
Yes, sir. All right, well, be sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like, share it. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week.
bye.